And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, another epic VeVe live stream. Today, we just have one drop. No comic book drop today, but we do have a blind box collectible drop today. Not the FA, but we have Deadpool from the Marvel Mighties today. Shout out to everyone joining the live stream. We got a lot of people in here early. We got Mark, we got Space Ben, we got Kieran, we got Bobby Green, we got Jerry, a bunch of people in here early. How we doing, fam? I'm going to be going over the edition count for these, what they look like, my game plan, if I'm going to be going for the drop or if I'm going to be skipping the drop. I'll tell you guys what exactly I'm doing today. And we got a couple good videos to go over too as well. We got another great video from VeVe, making a great content. So I want to shout them out once again. I love the content that they were making. So I want to give another shout out to them. But also, I got another interesting video here from GaryVee. So we got GaryVee from VCon talking about Disney NFTs, what he thinks of that. I think that's going to be a fun one to dive into. But first, we're going to dive into the edition count and kind of just the, overall what these look like today and my game plan. Got the Marvel Mighties. As you guys know, we don't have the FA Deadpool because FA is already on the VeVe app. But we have a bunch of different editions and what they look like, what Deadpool looks like, basically. A bunch of different variations of them. We have Deadpool, the common Marvel Mighty today. We have 12,999 editions. Pretty cheap blind box today, which is good, $13. It's not an expensive blind box, like $50 or anything like that. Pretty cheap, which is good for any kind of new users or anybody like that, just maybe fans of Deadpool or anyone trying to get one of their first collectibles. Because you got to think, too, not everything's going to be crazy expensive on the VeVe app. They're going to have a bunch of different price ranges for new users, old users, and everyone in between. So we have two comments today. The first one is regular Deadpool, and then we have the other comment is Lady Deadpool. So pretty cool that they did that. Both 12,999 editions. Then we got the uncommon. This is probably one of my favorite aesthetics today. Just the way the costume looks on Deadpool. I like the way that looks, the X-Men costume there. This is the uncommon, 7,777 editions. That's definitely going to be a big mint number right there. Just a little reminder, too, to any maybe new users or anyone who's not familiar with this. Not only is the lowest mint number very valuable, but also any kind of special mint numbers, if that's a repeating number, 5555, or the very last edition number is so important, too, especially something like this, a 7,777. I mean, that'll go for a premium in the market. Then we have the rare. This is the zombie Deadpool. I think this one looks pretty cool as well, too. This is 5,666 editions. We have the ultra rare. We have the dog pool. Look at this. Shout out to the dog pool. This is the ultra rare. 2,777 editions. And then the secret rare. I think this is the one that everyone's going to go hunting for today. Shout out to everyone who's duck hunting today. We got the secret rare. I think that one looks pretty sweet. If I go for it, this is definitely obviously the one I'm going to be trying to grab. But again, I'm not the biggest fan of Deadpool. I don't even have too many of the FA Deadpools either. I think FA Deadpool will be pretty valuable in the future. But it just came to a point where I wasn't able to collect every single thing in the VeVe market. So never really loved Deadpool, so I didn't collect a lot of the Deadpool ones. But I think this is probably going to be obviously the best one in the bunch here. We got 1,983 editions. Again, if you get that last edition number on any of these rarities, it's going to go for a premium. Shout out to everyone who's going for the drop. Hoping to get that secret rare today. Shout out to everyone duck hunting. I'm going to get to some of these comments. Let me know in the chat too. Which one do you guys like the best? I think overall opinion, I think most people like the ducks, but I kind of want to get everyone's opinion. I know a lot of people like the zombie one too. X-Men, the lady. I mean, I feel like it could be a combination of everything. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Karen, Space Ben, Bobby Green, Karen. Karen's got the skulls. I know David Yu's been tweeting out the skull emojis a lot. It's gotten people thinking, what could it be? Who knows, right? How many are you going for? My max is 4 if I can get to that. Shout out to Bobby Green going hard on this one. I don't think I'm going to go hard on this Bobby Green. My strategy on this one, I may go for 1 when it comes towards the drop, but I was thinking about actually holding off on this one just because I think maybe the secret rare, ultra rare may be the only ones that kind of do decent right away in the short term. I do think that eventually the Marvel Mighties will be in some kind of mini game, whether that's a game on a different platform or maybe eventually on the VeVe app. I do think the Marvel Mighties will be gamified in some kind of way, but until that happens, I don't think these are going to go crazy in the aftermarket. So for that reason, I may kind of hold off on the drop. But if I did go for the drop, I'd be only getting one of them. But again, that's just my strategy today. I don't have a bunch of gems to kind of blow on this drop. So shout out to Bobby Green. Hopefully you get a secret rare. If you got 4 of them, I think you should be able to get a secret rare out of the bunch, at least an ultra rare. I was thinking 3. Again, I'll go over once again in a little bit, probably after the next video, how we can get multiples on the drop. A lot of you guys already are aware of that. Basically, I'll just talk about it now, I guess. Once you go for the drop and you click that confirm, usually you would have to sit there and wait until that green box comes up with that green truck and shows you the mint number and the collectible rarity. Well, that's great if you want to wait and you only want to get 1 on the drop. But if you want to go for 2, 3, maybe even 4 on the drop, basically what you have to do is as soon as you click that confirm button to buy the drop, be aware of how much you have in your wallet already, how many gems you have. Because as soon as it takes your gems out of your wallet, you can click exit and go back and get even more drops. So you don't have to sit there and wait until the green truck comes up. You can exit out as soon as it takes your gems from your wallet. Austin, Wilford, how we doing? How we doing? Jabe's feeling. Good morning. Good morning. What are your price predictions? So my price predictions on this one, Jabe, I don't think Deadpool, but I like I said, I am under the impression that this is probably going to be gamified at some point. I don't know when. It's probably going to take a little bit of time. Obviously, it's not going to happen in the next month or something like that soon. But eventually, these will probably be, in my vision for it, is you could probably send them out to another app, or maybe even on the VeVe app in AR, or just a different game for it. I don't even know what kind of game it's going to be in, but definitely think it's going to be gamified. So when that happens, I think all Marvel Mighties will do well. And that's when some hidden grails could probably pop out to where things may turn grails that we didn't even think were grails before. But I do like the Marvel Mighties long term, especially just because that's Marvel's exclusive license with the VeVe app. So that tells me they have every incentive to make that all this Marvel Mighty is pretty valuable. Gary Lamoda, good drop today, I think. Shout out to Gary tuning in today. I mean, there's a lot of Deadpool fans out there in the world. So I think because Deadpool is one of the major big-time superhero characters, I think it's going to be a pretty solid one long-term. It's just short-term. We know the market overall sentiment is not that high right now. We know there could be another Star Wars collectible drop. We don't know. And it feels like everybody's kind of holding their breath for that. So anything that drops in the short term probably won't do amazing. But I think after this month, who knows? I think things could pick back up in a couple months. I hope it's like Thor. I bet these fly with cheap box prices. That's another thing I was thinking about too, Austin Wilford. I mean, it's not like other blind boxes to where it's $70 or $50 and people feel like it's going to go big time under retail. I mean, these can't go that far under retail because they're $13, right? So maybe the commons start off at like 10 and work its way down to like, I don't know, 8, 7. I guess it's like half. Because I think people are going to gamble for that secret rare. It's going to be kind of like those comics. I feel like people gamble for the secret rare in the comics because it's only $7. And then they feel like if they don't get the secret rare, ultra rare, you're only really losing $3 if you're just selling the common at a cheap price under retail. So I have a feeling it's going to be similar to this. I feel like if you're going to mint one, you might as well try to mint 2 or 3 and then hope for that secret rare, ultra rare. But we'll see what happens. Everyone kind of has their own, process, their own strategy. And I don't think there's a wrong strategy. Everyone just has a different one. Type ducks for good luck. Let's go. Shout out to Jabe. I like that. Season 3 OGs minting 6. Good luck on that. I don't know if you're going to be able to mint 6 on one phone. That's going to be tough. Usually people are only at like 4 or 5, but I don't know. Season 3 OG. Good luck, my man. Johnny Quest is after the zombie. I felt like the zombie would be pretty popular. The continued releasing of Mighties just confirms gamification. I'm going for the doggy. Yeah, real talk. I agree. The fact that they came out and stated too that the Marvel Mighties are Marvel's exclusive license for VeVe. That means no other platform is ever going to see Marvel Mighties. And that's big time, right? Because at the end of the day, Marvel wants to make money. And if they wanted to make as much money as possible, they could have just gave it out to every single platform in the world, right? But instead, they made it a VeVe exclusive license. And that tells me there's probably going to be some kind of game with the Marvel Mighties. And that incentivizes all the Marvel fans to come on the VeVe app to not only collect the Marvel Mighties to see if you can collect them all, or and to play the games that are involved with it. I'm thinking it's going to be some kind of AR battle game. It could be like an AR chess game. But then also, I think there's going to be another platform to where if you have, say, the Spider-Man Marvel Mighty, or let's just use this one, right? The Deadpool Marvel Mighties. Probably going to be able to use Deadpool, those characters that you own on the VeVe app, in the game on the different platform. I have no confirmation of that. That's just all speculation, but that's just kind of my vision for it. I think you guys can kind of, I mean, it would be kind of insane for one of the biggest brands in the world to have an exclusive license with an app and then just to forget about it and then to not include any kind of utility or gamification with it, right? I think Marvel's smart enough, and they have a great relationship with VeVe and Akomi. They've been working with them for years now. So I don't think the biggest brands in the world work with the Akomi team for years and not kind of have some kind of gameplay strategy involved. Things like that just take time. That's why I'll try to bring it up right now. But a lot of you guys have already seen it. The Alfred Kahn video talking about, I think it was from even 2018. It was that long ago. But he talks about how there's going to be not just digital collectibles that everybody loves, but gameplay that's involved too. Let me just see if I can bring it up. I have so many of these clips saved. I always forget which one's which. This is it.
That are not only exciting, it also has gameplay. Whether it be, anything, whether it be digital assets that are not only exciting, it also has gameplay attached to it.
Woo.
It's a huge job. It requires us to spend a lot of time. But these guys, let me tell you.
So Al Kahn even said, it takes a lot of their time, right? I mean, when you're trying to make games for these collectibles, is such a new space. So we're on the ground floor. They're giving us an opportunity to be able to collect all of them, or the ones that we love. And I think there's going to be a lot of these Marvel Mighties. That's why for me, originally I wanted to be a master collector of the Marvel Mighties, but as time went on, I didn't think I'd be able to collect them all. So kind of shifted my focus into more of the things that I absolutely love, like the Batman collectibles, the Disney golden moments. Those are the things that I want to become master collectors in. But again, who knows? Things could change again, and the strategy changes, once again. That's the thing too about VeVe is you can, I think it's important to have a game plan, have a strategy, but also be open-minded to kind of changing that along the way as you adapt to different things that change, because VeVe's like a never-ending living beast. I always say it's always changing, it's always evolving, so you kind of got to evolve with it. Do you think this is one of those blind boxes where if you wait for the green truck, you see what you got? Yep, absolutely. So Simone, just a clarification on this. It's only the comics to where if you wait for that green truck screen, you only see your mint number, and that rarity is like that surprise. But on the collectible blind boxes, it's different. If you wait for that green truck, you'll see your mint number and the rarity. That's why I kind of like waiting for the green truck and only going for one. I like to know kind of right away. But again, if you go for multiple of them, you can see the very last one if you want to do that. Green Goblin equals Mighty Grail. I kind of agree with this. Now, I only have one Green Goblin. It's not even a crazy mint number. I wish I did get a Green Goblin, great mint number. But for me, this is where I use my lack of knowledge is almost an advantage for me, because I'm not your comic book expert. I don't know all the superheroes and villains like extremely well. I didn't grow up being a hardcore collector or movie watcher in the this whole space. So for me, when I don't know something, or I'm sorry, like when I do know something like Green Goblin, I know how big of a character that is, how iconic of a character is, because someone like me is pretty aware of who Green Goblin was. When I think of Spider-Man villains, I think of Green Goblin, I think of Doc Ock right away. And so obviously there's a lot more, but those are the ones that just stick out to me personally. So I understand how big Green Goblin is. I was the same way with Batman, I love Batman, but I know most of the characters in Batman, but for me, like the things that stuck out right away was Joker. Another one that stood out to me right away with Batman. I mean, there was a bunch of them, right? Harley Quinn was a huge one. If you're not an expert in the space, as almost to your advantage. If you know something and sticks out to you right away, think of how many other people worldwide will understand that and value that just as much as you do. Especially the people that are obsessed with it. Like Star Wars. I'm not even like the hardcore Star Wars fan or the comic book Star Wars collector, but when I see Star Wars R2D2 C3PO drop, I pounce on that instantly because I mean, I know who they are. I understand how big they are, and I'm not your hardcore Star Wars fan. So things like that you can almost use towards your advantage instead of a weakness. Matt Smith, good luck today. I appreciate you big time. Good luck, everybody. There's an Elon Musk argument in the comments right now. I don't really want to touch on that. On comics, you can exit out as soon as it says processing before it takes money. Haven't tried on collectibles. Good to know, Space Ben. Good to know. How many mighties you getting this AM? Super Shane, Sugar Shane, 420. How we doing, Sugar Shane? So if I go for one, I was thinking about maybe just going for one, but then I thought about if I go for one, I might as well go for maybe a few of them. And I probably will miss this drop. I probably will skip it today. But again, I think the secret rare is going to do fine. I think the secret rare, you're definitely going to be able to make some gems on it, make some money. It's ultra rare, probably the same way as well too. Ultra rare, secret rare, I see them doing well. Rare may take some time. Same with the commons. But again, all it takes is a game to be announced, and these are going to all skyrocket. I think even the Captain America Marvel Mighties got up to like almost $200, right, during that run up in January. Jimbo Lee, good morning. I love the follow drops with Mr. Johnny Dunn. Really have a nice time and share the hype for what we love right now. Appreciate you big time, Jimbo. Wow, let's go. I have the full Marvel Mighties collection, as they said, collect them all. I think there's definitely going to be some kind of badge, not only just a badge, but I think you're going to unlock probably some kind of amazing looking Marvel Mighty collectible. There's going to be some kind of advantage to having all the Marvel Mighties for sure. That's another reason why I wanted to collect them all, because they've talked about early on in the AMAs, if you guys weren't here back in March in 2021, April, they talked about how their whole goal is to bring more and more value to all these collectibles on the app. They don't want to just drop stuff and forget about it. This is a collecting app for collectors, built by collectors. So again, the reason why you haven't seen too many of the airdrops and too many of these, I would say utility incentives for the collectors right now is just because they blew up so quick. So many things are higher on the priority list right now because we blew up so fast. But that's one thing that I would say it's a blessing and a curse is we did blow up so fast, because I don't think they would have changed things just because, it was a good problem to have, I would say. But because they blew up so fast, so many things got delayed. And I would say one of those things that got put down on the priority list is probably some of those, I would say, benefits for those collectors. So that's why it's important too to collect the things that you love, because once you collect the things that you love, you don't really mind holding on to it for maybe if it's a year or if it's 2 years. But I do believe that people will get rewarded for the things that they're holding. It's one of those collections that I wish I did have them all, to be honest, the Marvel Mighties. They're basically like the Funko Pops of VeVe. I know a lot of people have talked about the Funko Pops, the similarities, and it's kind of the same thing. Green Goblin has 3,333 editions. If a game is made with these ain't many goblins. That's a fact. I didn't realize there was that few editions of them. No downtime for the Thor drop on VeVe for the first time. Is that a major sign that IMX or VeVe scaling for a big drop? I like the thoughts on that. There was reasons behind that we just don't know. They told us, and they talked about how they're testing out different things, right? And that's the reason why they left that market open for the drop. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this one. But I think their whole goal is to be testing out things to gear up for when we have huge drops on the app. I think I'm going for 4 at the drop and buy the others later to complete the set. Jimbo Lee, loving the Mighties. I think you're going to be rewarded for having all the Marvel Mighties. I definitely would love to have them all. Where's the buy now popping up on this drop? Great question, John A. Let me go over it. Now, do you guys think it's going to pop up where it popped up before? Because if you guys remember on the last blind box collectible drop, I was thinking it was going to pop up right where it normally does, right here. But we were fooled, and it's going to pop up basically right between the text and the comment and the like, right here. I was ready to go on the buy now for right here, and it popped up right here. Kind of fooled us a little bit. So I think it could be right here. I would be ready to press right where the comment, the heart, that little space of white right above the text. Be ready to click right there. But also in the back of your mind, know that it could pop up right here as well too. I don't think this is going to be one where we have to, rhythm gate it and absolutely time it perfectly. I do think this is one where you could see the buy now pop up and kind of react and click and be able to get them. I do want to get into this GaryVee video in just a moment. I want to get some more comments and I'm going to put it on. I think this GaryVee video is amazing, honestly, because you can get a feel. Shout out to GaryVee if you're ever watching these videos. The follow on Twitter was amazing. Couldn't believe it. I know you're on the ground floor checking things out, checking out different communities. And that's another reason why GaryVee is so successful, is because he does get on the ground floor and really taps into the communities that he's interested in and really gets a feel for what's happening. He's so good at observing human behavior his whole life. And that's how he was able to capitalize on a lot of huge revolutionary shifts early on. And I think VeVe is that next one that he's been tapping into. Just listening, just watch him see it all unfold, right? Because he's been saying for a while now that 99% of these NFT projects, platforms are going to crash to zero. But the ones that come back out and do survive are going to be the ones that have IP, branding, the ones that are like Batman, Superman. And so I think VeVe's set up to be a major player in this space. And he talks with No Jumper. If you guys are unfamiliar with who No Jumper is, basically Adam22 is the one who runs the No Jumper channel. He's like a hip hop head, talks about hip hop news and the up and coming artists and everything like that. So I think he went to VCon, met up with GaryVee, and they talked about NFT space. I know he picked GaryVee's brain a lot about NFTs recently, and GaryVee mentions Disney NFTs and what would happen. I think it was Adam that asked the question, what would happen if Disney released Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse? And we'll see GaryVee's reaction. I think it's amazing. I know a bunch of people were tweeting about it on Twitter. That's where I saw. I forget exactly who tweeted about it. Began with an M. Marucho or something. I forget the exact name, but somebody was tweeting it. I'm going to bring it up and see if I can shout out the person who tweeted it. Also, I think Randy went to VCon and went to basically see GaryVee talk and a bunch of different speakers talk. I know Randy had a video. I don't think Randy had it in his – maybe Randy did have it in his video. But shout out to Randy because I know he talked about it too on his channel. Miss Rose in the building. How we doing? Any opinion on VeVe Collectibles all-time highs and all-time lows, and when will the all-time highs come back? Yeah, good question here, real talk. So the all-time lows depends where you want to talk, because I remember buying Todds at a retail price in store when there's 6,000 Todds in store in stock. And people are saying there's 7,000 editions, they'll never sell out. I was like, no, they just won't sell out yet. There's not many people here yet. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of people. And then once they did finally sell out, they were at like 150, 200. Then they ran up to 500, came back down to like 300 for a while. Then they ran up to 700, 800, came back down to like 300. Touched 1,000, came back down to like 500. So it's always been an ebb and flow of up and down, but every time we've seen it, shoot up and then come back down, it's always been higher than what the previous low was. So I think we've been touching the lows right now at a lot of these collectibles, especially the ones that have been here for a while, like season 1, season 2. You see a lot of, I was just talking to Miss Rose, some of those unicornos in season 1, they have like 20 left in the market, right? Like some of them are even less. And I think obviously people can relist them, but it's going to come to a point where the people who are holding them want to hold them. And I think that's what's happening with a lot of the stuff that's been in the store for a while now, like season 1. We've always talked about season 1 stuff is going to be extinct eventually. Well, it's going to be like that eventually with season 2 and so on as we keep moving on. How are we doing? Oscar. VeVe Vault tweeted it. Okay, maybe it was Vault that tweeted it then. Were you talking about the GaryVee? Shout out to the Vault. I know a bunch of people are talking about it. I know Randy posted it on YouTube. Vault tweeted it on Twitter. I saw it from Mauricio Arellano at JR NFT Boy 24. Shout out to you, brother.
Characters as NFTs. Is that a
little shout out to this guy right here? But yeah, I think Vault tweeted out. A bunch of people are tweeting it out. Shout out to everyone who made light of it because I think it's important, you know. Wolf of Wall Street said, "You got to follow" by GaryVee. Yeah, kind of blew my mind when it happened. But guys, that's why I say, you know, people always call me a moon boy and you're crazy, right? But when I tell people that we have the biggest celebrities in the world watching us, watching our videos, watching our tweets, I'm not lying. It just kind of paused right there on the YouTube stream. Like, I'm not lying when I say this stuff. We have the biggest celebrities in the world watching our tweets, watching our YouTube videos. That's why I always say make content out there. If you're into VeVe and you want to make content, use me as motivation. If I can, anybody can. You can do it probably even better. So just make content and have fun with what you're doing because we have the biggest celebrities in the world, biggest professional athletes in the world watching us. GaryVee followed me, right? If he followed me, that means that he's tuned into a whole bunch of people, not just me, but the whole entire Twitter community. I think he's followed a couple other people too. So like he's tapped in and a whole bunch of other people are tapped in as well too. I mean, right now, what I think is happening and why you don't really see it publicly is because until everybody can cash out, that's when I think we're going to start to see the publicity happen. Because right now, people imagine being a professional athlete. Imagine being Elon Musk. Imagine being Logan Paul, you know, one of the biggest celebrities in the world, right? They don't want to come out there and talk about VeVe, but then say, wait, hold on, you can cash out soon. We can use the website soon. Like, that's putting their brand on the line. So, like, they obviously know it's coming. So what they're doing is just waiting, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I have a feeling I'm right about this one. I think they're just waiting until we get all these things rolled out. And that's when they start talking about it. Because then they don't have to tell their millions of fans, yeah, but it's coming in a little bit. Yeah, but this is happening soon. It's like they're just going to wait until these things roll out. And that's when we start talking about it. And that's when things erupt. Because wait until you see this video. I mean, Gary knows it's coming. That's why Gary's tapped in. It's definitely going to be a fun one to watch. Omi Queen, how we doing? How we doing? Omi Queen's going hard on the drop, getting 20 mighties today. Let's go. Shout out to Omi Queen. If you are getting a bunch today, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you get that secret rare and the other ones that you want to. I'm not sure if you do want the secret rare or not. I think you want the duck, right? I think a lot of people want the secret rare today. But if you want another one too, definitely go for, or I'm hoping you grab the ones that you want. Here we go. Good morning. Good morning. Boom. Thank you, Vault. Vault just clarified, I think, in his tweet. Yep, buy now is right. Wow, let's go. That was right. So it's basically coming right above the text and right below the comment and the heart. I took a video of the last drop we had it like this that switched on me just to make sure like we knew exactly where it was. So I was pretty sure that's where we start to install the latest Windows. I'm not doing that right now on stream. But yeah, right above the text, right below the comment and the heart. That's where I think the buy now is going to be. That's where it was on the last one. Just doesn't make sense if almost all FA is betting on gamification. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to take time, but I do think there's going to be gamification. Absolutely. I have bad cat allergies today. Can y'all use prayer gate on me? Absolutely. Let's say a prayer for Simone real quick. It's crazy because my congestion or anything is actually not bad at all right now. Get this focused up. There we go. Hopefully that stays the case. I did turn up my purifier fan today. It's not at the lowest one anymore. We got a 30-minute countdown. But yeah, hopefully by the end of this, I'm not all congested. And we get a turnaround. That's honestly amazing, man. Must feel great. Yeah, no, it was amazing with Wall Street. I mean, just something little like that, you know? I mean, it meant a lot. I know he's following a lot of people. But it was one of those things where I couldn't believe it. It was the first time where I was like, I couldn't tweet for the first 10 minutes. I was like, what do I say? It was kind of wild. But I think he followed some other people too. Shout out to Energy. Good vibes, brother. Energy, are you going for this one? I know you got to be close to 100 now. Every set that drops, inching closer and closer and closer. Secret Rare Thor is best buy in the app at the moment. One of the most famous and powerful Avengers, and movie coming out soon should reach Black Panther's price when flippers are going. I kind of agree with that, Villa. I did get the Secret Rare. I got the Ultra Rare on the drop, and I was like, dang, okay, I got the Ultra Rare on the drop. This is amazing. Didn't want to pay full price for that Secret Rare. And I thought to myself, I don't need this full set. So what I did was I completed this set really quickly just to get the 100 bonus points. Because when you complete a set, you get 100 bonus points. And then I actually let go of all of them besides the Secret Rare. So I'm still holding on the Secret Rare. And I got a pretty good deal for the Secret Rare. I paid $370 for a 488 mint. So I don't know what the price of Thor is right now. It's probably gone down a little bit, but I paid $380 when the floor was like $360, and then the floor ran up to like $420. But I mean, I got a pretty low mint, a 488 mint. So I mean, for me, I'm trying to collect because I was blessed to get that Spider-Man, Captain America early on. I didn't think it was going to be possible, but the main heroes I want to collect the secret rares of, and I have the full set of the Spider-Man, Captain America. So because of that, I felt like I didn't need the full Thor set. I just want to have the secret rare. But the only ones I'm really missing, and I'm just waiting for VeVe to drop them. We got Spider-Man, Captain America, Black Panther, Thor. For me, the only ones now that I feel like are must-haves of the whole Avengers and everything is Wolverine, FA Wolverine. The secret rare of that is going to be crazy, right? Claw Man. And then, of course, the Hulk. Those two are going to be some of my favorites. I mean, if I get those two, the secret rares, somehow able to pull that off, man, that's going to be crazy right there. Homie Queen is bullish. Let's go. 30-minute warning. Yep. Shout out to Austin. How we doing, fam? How many are we going for? So, Austin, I thought about maybe just going for one. And I was like, you know what? If I go for one, I might as well go for like 2 or 3. Try to get that secret rare. But I was like, I'm just going to hold off on this one. I don't think I'm going to go for it. Because I think unfortunately, just because we know the market sentiment's not high right now, unless you get the secret rare, ultra rare, I think there's a possibility the other ones kind of go under retail. But again, I don't think it's going to be that bad because they're only $13. So how far under retail can it really go? It's not a $50 or $70 blind box. It's only $13. So worst case scenario, it goes, what, like $7, $8, least like $5. Like, so it's not going to go that far under retail. I'm getting my coffee ready. Let's go, secret rare coffee gate. Let's go, Austin. I got mine chilling right here. I want to buy as many as I can. Shout out to Chasing Sundays. Good luck. Have all the mighties. So for sure. Oh, okay, yeah, energy. Good to know. If you've been collecting all the Marvel mighties, then I think this is a must-have set for sure. I paid $430 for $575. Oh, solid. Okay, yeah, awesome. I think it's dipped a little bit, the floor price. I'm not sure when you bought it, but $575 for a secret rare Thor. You're going to look back at that and say, wow, that was a steal. It's just hard to kind of think like that in the micro because we see the market go up, down, up, down. But in the macro, just think, even 6 months from now, you have the secret rare Thor first appearance. Like, we're just all caught up in the micro. People are saying that animation doesn't look great, etc. It's like, okay, I think the priority list has changed a little bit. And that's my opinion why I think maybe the collectibles get hurt a little bit here and there. But Long term, brother, even in the medium, kind of short to midterm, I think that's going to do amazing. I think Doom Mighty is another great buy. Absolutely. Spidey 2099. Yeah, I like the Mighties. I'm glad everyone's liking the Mighties too. Wow, Simone, you got the 488 mint. And I sold it around 400. Wow, Simone, I bought yours? No way. I bought it for, I think, 380. I can check. That's crazy. Wait, I didn't know that. That's wild. Simone had the secret rare 488. Let's see. I mean, you profited big time on it. So, I mean, you still won. It's not loading. It'll still let you see kind of the floor price even if the market's closed by just clicking on the collectible. Let me try restarting the app. Because my goal now is to get, like I said, a Spider-Man, Captain America. We have Superman. I know that's DC. It's a little bit different, but like I'm just thinking of like all-time most popular characters, right? Superheroes in the world. Let's see. Secret Rare Thor. 383. Wow, floor's actually 405. Floors did go up. But like I said, Simone, you still won. Don't feel like that's a loss for you. I mean, what was the retail price? $50. Yeah, so you still made a few $100 right there. And that's the thing too, right? Oh, okay, 472, but close enough. Wow, yeah, strange. I thought you got to say I thought I literally bought yours. I was like, wow, that's wild. VeVe Dark Link, appreciate the stream. Absolutely. I feel bad. Read the next one. All good, Simone. Black Panther NFT Club. Let's go. I have the full set of the Black Panther too. And like I said, because I have the full set of the Black Panther, Captain America, Spider-Man, I just felt like I didn't need the full set of the Thor now and the full set of the Hulk and the full set of Wolverine when it drops. I'm just trying to grab those secret rares. And that'll be amazing for me. Need Black Widow to recreate the Avengers scene. Yeah, see, Austin, that's one thing that I'm not too familiar with. But yeah, once we get all the Avengers, you know how many people are going to want to collect every single one of the Avengers to put them together? Alex, are we doing Heart Chatgate today? I don't know, Alex. Are we? Good morning, VeVe. Dunn thumbs. Can you go over where the buy now button will be? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go over where the buy now button will be for this drop because the last drop we saw where it changed on us. Last drop, as you guys know, let me just start from the beginning. At the store tab here at the bottom, we're going to go into the drop, Marvel Mighties. Normally, we would scroll up and the buy now button would pop up right here, right below the details menu box, right? But since they changed it a little bit, it's actually going to drop, or at least it's last time, it was right above this text and right below the comment and the heart, kind of like right there. Oh, just don't click on the comments. But that little white space right there, boom. Now, I would be, since I don't think we have to kind of rhythm gate this and time it absolutely perfect, 3, 2, 1, 0 click, you can kind of react to this. So I would be ready to click right here. But in the back of your head, just realize they could change it again. And it comes back down here. Most likely, though, it's going to be right there. Ball 2, Secret Rare Thor. Yeah, shout out to everyone grabbing a bunch of Secret Rare Thors. I know Mark, he was making content. I think he still is making content videos, but Mark bought a bunch of Secret Rares too. I think that was a smart move. I thought, David, you just posted another tweet. It was an older tweet. Let me dive in. We got 20 minutes to drop. Let me just let me get to a couple more comments and then yeah, season 3 OG. Wow, you read my mind. I have it brought up actually. So we're gonna be going over this video right here. It's GaryVee and No Jumper. Basically, Adam22 is the one who runs the No Jumper channel. If you guys don't know who Adam22 is, basically just like a hip hop head, always trying to bring up new up and coming artists, does interviews with them, and just talks about hip hop news. And I think he went to VCon and talked to GaryVee about NFTs, and GaryVee was talking to him about NFTs, crypto, and Adam had a question. What would happen if Disney released NFTs of all their characters like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck? And just knowing that like GaryVee, because like you got to remember, like we know that GaryVee knows that's exactly what's already happened, right? So it's funny watching this from that angle, knowing that we know that GaryVee knows that's already happened. So when we dive into this a little bit, just the first maybe like 5-10 minutes is not really about that, but then we're gonna dive into the part that's all about that, and it's hilarious. I love it because it just shows that the world's already thinking about this now. Not already, but they're just now starting to say, okay, we had the NFT boom and crash, but what if NFTs, digital collectibles, were licensed by the biggest brands in the world? This is how ahead of the world we are, guys. We think that we're kind of late because we're all in this micro ecosystem, but just realize the world is starting to get a grasp on what NFTs actually are. That's why I wanted to put out that video a couple of days ago about the branding of NFTs will change as digital collectibles becomes that mainstream understanding. They don't think NFTs that scam expensive animal picture anymore. They think of NFTs as a digital collectible licensed by your favorite brands in the world. It's just a branding thing that people will think differently as that culture changes over time. It's not going to happen overnight, but I think over time it's going to definitely happen. Shout out to Energy going hard on Thor. Have you seen a gem balance be in the negative? Yeah, so Micah G, I don't know exactly what's happening with that. If that's you and you do have any kind of issues like that, definitely make a support ticket and let the Comey team know your issue. I know some people have had gem balance issues before. I don't know if it could be. I had an issue with Apple one time, but we got it resolved. It was only like a $200 mistake basically, but I got it resolved with mine. That happened a couple months ago. Not even a couple. It's probably a month ago. But I know a couple other people have had gem balance issues. If you do have a problem with that, Micah G, if that's you, just make a support ticket with VeVe or Comey and give it a day or so, and they'll definitely get back to you ASAP. Austin says, do you have web platform access? It's nice. Yeah, I do have access to the web platform, Austin. The only thing that I wish, which it's not that I wish, I know it's coming. It's just probably, they said there was a lot of bugs or issues and they're going to fix it, is those showrooms. Like for me, when I did the web app, the showrooms were the issues that wasn't really loading for me, but it's loaded for a lot of other people. So I wasn't sure if that's just because my computer couldn't handle it, which probably is the case because I'm on my laptop and I do not have like a strong powered laptop at all. That's why I think my stream lags sometimes because my internet's usually amazing, but I feel like for the streams it lags because my computer can't handle it. So I'm not sure if that's the same issue with the web app or not. You have minus 27. Interesting. You might have got hit accidentally with the gem stuff that's just happened recently, like the dirty gems or whatever the case is. I don't know if that's the case or not. It might have been the case, Micah. Just contact support, make a support ticket and see if that helps. We have 60 minutes to go. I want to get into this GaryVee video. We'll probably have to watch some of it before and after. So I would say like the first, he doesn't start talking about the Disney NFTs until about 13 minutes in. So we're going to watch just under 10 minutes of it real quick.
It's fun to like see stuff early. It's how my business stuff works, right? I'm the person that's going to talk about TikTok. I'm the person that's going to talk about NFT.
It's kind of hard to hear in the background because you have the speaker talking, but hopefully you guys can kind of hear what Gary's saying here.
So I'm the person that's going to talk about Instagram years ago. I enjoy the process of trying to figure shit out and being early. That comes to humans, that comes to technology, that comes to everything.
Right, 100%. I respect that. Okay, so for the record, when they said you're going to have some time to talk to GaryVee, I'm like, all right, I got to dig in, try to figure out as much stuff as possible that I can give him shit about. I wanted to hate on you for the NFT thing, especially just given where the market is at right now. By the time I got done watching a couple of podcasts with you, I was like, all right, if there is an NFT that I'm going to fuck with aside from the CryptoPunk, which I already own, I was very impressed by the VeFriends thing because I see that you actually have a roadmap, like a real game plan for how you're going to continue to build the value of these in the long term, which I don't have that assurance about almost any of the other NFTs I've seen.
Well, I'm sure if you did your homework, you start, to your point, you probably walked into some buzzsaws, which is in every fucking interview I gave for the entire last 15 months. I'm like, 99% of this shit is going to zero.
You did say that?
99% of this is going to zero. On the flip side, to your point, I'm also looking for people that look like me. I'm a 25 years in a row gangster operating fucking entrepreneur. This is what I do. I build actual businesses, period. It is what it is. You like it, you don't like it, it's the truth. I know how to fucking operate, which is why you felt that.
And actually knowing you and knowing how you operate, it does.
Just really quickly, going off what he said right there, 99% won't, or 99% will fail. This is a video from GaryVee back in March in 2021. It's only a minute long. I want to show you real quick. It talks exactly about this. Oh. What happened here?
Overrated in the individual NFTs, like the individual cards, and it's underrated as a project. It's insane what Roham and that team did to launch that product. Flow, the consumability, the gamification, just an underrated execution. Like one of the things we'll look back on is one of the early things, kind of like a Yahoo or Ask Jeeves or Google or YouTube, like Epic. Overrated are the individual top shots because it's like cards. There's too much supply, demand issues coming as the NFL, MLB, UFC, boxing, Muhammad Ali, Pele, like everything in the world's going to be NFT. So right now, a lot of the energy of sports and NFT go to this one project. Like there's going to be people held with the bag on a highlight of Terry Rozier making a pass or like a solid dunk by Jaren Jackson Jr. Like this is not like other IP. This is not Superman and Batman. Like the player matters.
This is not like other IP. This is not like Batman and Superman. The player matters. And that's what he was saying. You know, overall, you know, Top Shot, you know, underrated because it was an innovator in the space, but he's saying overrated in the micro because there's just so many different players. There's so many different things that it's not like it's the IP of Batman, Superman. And so that was early on. So I just wanted to touch on that because it's kind of the same preface as what he's talking about here.
It does kind of weird me out when I watch certain YouTube videos where they're talking about you like you're, I'm not going to say any names. Maybe these are some people that you know or have done business with, but there's some very, very scammy personalities. It's a whole identity these days to basically just be a huckster and just be selling some bullshit all the time. I don't feel like a lot of people on YouTube that I've seen give you a hard time really understand the depth of how much real business you've done.
And I'm empathetic to that. To your point, like if you're out there, you have this, I have this, people have this. If you're out there, especially in today's society, you're going to have, you know, shots fired at you. I'm empathetic when people decide to make shit and try to go at me, that they haven't spent 50 hours. Like, who the fuck am I to have somebody spend 50 hours to cross every T and I to realize, wait a minute, even though I have a lot of high energy and I might look the part to them, that under the hood, there's some real ass shit. They weren't in a room where you and I were in 4 years ago where we spent 2 hours really talking about your operations. They don't know that part of me. And honestly, I'm not like, my feelings don't get hurt. Like the truth is always going to win out. It's going to be what it's going to be. Everybody who shit on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, that he couldn't go to Hollywood and make it, has to eat crow. Everybody who shit on Marky Mark when he tried to be Mark Wahlberg had to eat it.
Did you buy in early on The Rock? What did you buy him at? What were shares going?
Shout out to The Rock.
I wasn't paying attention when he made that transition, but he's fucking. When I think about The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Ryan Reynolds, they all sit in this same shelf in my head, which is they're famous as fuck, but they work like such fucking dogs, and they're, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like those guys are like actual entrepreneurs, they have talents and other things.
Right, 100%. Okay, but so the big thing, like, especially these
days. By the way, to give some flowers while I'm sitting with you.
What?
Like, what? Give it to you. For you, early on when we chopped up years ago, and I was doing my homework. I'm like, man, this guy works. It's a very big part of my first pass-through whip test. Is somebody actually working, or are they trying to make something happen quick? Just the amount of content, interviews, the way you interviewed, like the operations of the store. I'm like, oh, this guy fucking works.
I hate to let you down though. Like, I felt like this is the year where I finally realized, like, okay, you've been doing this shit for a long ass time. You made a lot of fucking money. You can afford to take a week off here, a week there, going, you know, just in terms of just.
By the way, that's not disappointing. That makes me proud of you.
Right. But spending time with the kid makes you have to consider that shit, you know?
Of course. A lot of things do. Family, a life event. You could lose an uncle and be like, and then you looked up to him and be like, fuck, I don't want to end up like that. Things happen. By the way, I take plenty of personal time. I go hard when I'm in it. When I'm on the field, I go hard. But, you know, that's not what I meant by work. I didn't mean, and I didn't know, and I don't even know right now that you were going 19 hours every day, 7 days. It wasn't that. It was the amount of output you were putting out. And the interviews I watched, they were thoughtful. You weren't, even what you just said right now, even if you want to make it as a Raz, you're like, let me go do a little work. And you put in work. A lot of people don't put in work, Adam. They don't.
They put in a lot of work for a little while.
And that's fine. Everybody's got different ambitions. Everybody can have their things, but you put in work. I respect that.
That is what it takes for sure. Okay, but so how do you separate yourself in a world where I think we both agree that 99% of NFTs have basically turned out to be scams? You're almost not even seeing new ones at the same rate that you used to. How do you solve the ultimate question of this day and age, which is like, I'm in the NFT business, but I'm not a scammer, and I believe that this shit has long-term value? What are the most important things to communicate?
See, that right there is the whole problem. We're still in, this is why I say we're in the LimeWire era of NFTs still. When people thought of digital music, people thought a scam, Napster, LimeWire, scam, until they realize now when they think of digital music, they think of Apple Music, Spotify, legit. Right now, when people think of NFTs, they think of crypto scam, expensive animal picture, waste of money. Soon, over time, the next couple of years, next handful of months, people are going to start thinking NFT, digital collectible from the biggest brands in the world, like Disney, Marvel, DC, Coca-Cola. That whole cultural shift is going to happen. It's just the branding of it right now. And it's not anyone's fault. It's just what people think of right now. Average people, unfortunately, think NFT, it's some kind of scam. So like you said, you have to convince people this NFT is not a scam. It's not going to be like that eventually.
Communicate to the audience.
7 minutes.
This is really interesting. I think most people try to convince, and I believe in just having conviction. Meaning,
exactly.
In 1998, when this happened, the reason I knew it was going to happen is because I saw it when I was a kid with internet stocks. Everybody was so hyped about the internet that every internet
because it was the internet.
Brilliant, and they suck. And that's what happened here. The NFT thing is going to happen. But in the gold rush of the first year, there's a lot of that greed and bullshit.
We're living in historic times. He just said the NFT thing is going to happen. So what do you think is going to be or going to have more longevity? Random NFT projects or NFTs licensed by Disney, Marvel, DC, Givenchy, Coca-Cola? Like, guys, we are in historic times right now. So I know there's a lot of FUD, there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of disbelief going on. But if you had conviction, keep that same conviction. You're gonna thank yourself long term. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. My opinions only, of course. It's just the way I see things happen.
What happened in 98, 99, 2000 was PayPal, Amazon, and eBay. They just fucking worked. They just made real companies. They just waited. They ate their shit. They were patient. I'm sure they got called. I'm sure Jeff Bezos, to his face, was said, "You're a scam and a fad."
How many times people said VeVe was a scam? You can't cash out. It's a fad. NFTs won't last. This is Amazon when Amazon only sold books.
All these internet stocks just crashed. He in his mind said, "I don't think so. Let me go to work. I'll see you in 2010." For the 1% to 2% out there right now that really believe they're building something meaningful and they're getting caught up in the muckery, they got to shut their mouth, put their fucking helmet on, go to work, and pop up in 2037 and say, I told you.
Look at some people's NFTs. Like, there's a certain porn star who I won't name who had a very public controversy because she basically left her NFT project high and dry. A lot of people were kind of shocked. I said, what could she possibly have done in the long run to have added
4
value
minutes,
to
50
the
seconds.
existing NFTs that she had already sold? You know, what could she possibly bring to it? I've seen you in other interviews where you were very straight up about it. You said, I'm creating movies, I'm creating children's books, I'm doing all this stuff for my characters that are going to add value in the long term. That makes sense to me, because if you don't have that planned out, then what the fuck is the possibility of this working?
You do not know how to build a business around the intellectual property, you have no shot.
See, that's why I actually like what GaryVee's doing, because he's going to go down. If there's anyone that's going to go down as similar to Walt Disney in the next decade, it's going to be GaryVee, because of his VeFriends project. Who's to say it's going to work? It's not going to work, right? Time will tell. But if you believe in GaryVee, his VeFriends, he's trying to recreate what Walt Disney did with his legendary characters, Mickey Mouse, right? Donald Duck. And so these are GaryVee's VeFriends. I don't have one, but I understand the concept. And that's the thing, right? He's going to merchandise it. He's going to put it on backpacks, on clothing like he's already doing. So, you know, stuff like that. I think projects like that aren't licensed by the biggest brands in the world will work, because he's trying to create his own brand out of it. That's what a lot of these projects on OpenSea are trying to do. And it's why, unfortunately, I believe, just like GaryVee believes, 99% probably won't last. I want every single project to last. I want them all to thrive, because the more people that get into the NFT space, the better. But unfortunately, when you're trying to create an IP out of thin air and try to make the entire world successful, I'm sure there's going to be some projects that do survive. That's why I said 98 or 99%. You didn't say 100%, because there's going to be a bunch that do survive, right? But just kind of my thoughts on it.
And a lot of that has to do with real life access, has to do with
2 minutes,
events,
50 seconds.
has to do with virtual access. To your point, I'm going more of a Pokemon, Transformers, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony route. But there's a lot of ways to use the blockchain. Most people don't even understand the blockchain yet. They don't really understand what's actually happening. And, you know, I think this is a great conversation. I'll be honest with you. I'm relieved that we're finally in this chapter. The last 15 months have been anxious to me, because I knew that this was going to happen. And as much as the content as I put out, to your point, it's people didn't hear that part.
So is this almost a relief, seeing the market sort of cleanse itself of all this bullshit?
You always want the market to be healthy, and the market is never healthy when it's overvaluated or grossly undervaluated. And overvaluated is even more scary, because people that buy lottery tickets are the same people that look into these projects. There's a desperation. There's a I like a quick buck. There's a
2-minute warning.
Good to be true. And when you're that person, you're lacking patience. You have insecurity. You're looking for something to fill a void, and you're grasping at straws, and you get caught, and that sucks.
If Disney drops NFTs for, you know, Mickey Mouse.
All right, we're gonna rewind that just a minute, because he touched on a great point. And that's the problem, right? A lot of times people love the OpenSea projects because it's liquid. People can gamble on it, and if it takes off, boom, now you can make out big. But it's also kind of unhealthy. Shout out to everyone in the chat. JD, can you shout me out? Shout out to IMAP USI. Let's go. We got a minute 15. I'm just coming back to a lot of these comments. December, how we doing? How we doing? We got Punch in the building. How we doing, fam? I know GaryVee pops. Sasha, yeah, absolutely. Super Simono, good afternoon. IP really is about to shine, Austin. It's about to be insane. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, fam. Good luck. DG Vet. Happy Sunday, y'all. We got 45 seconds. Shout out to my coffee gators out there. Appreciate you guys big time with the time checks. I think I am going to pass on this one, guys. But buy now is going to pop up right here. With my luck, I probably should go for it. I think the secret rares will do fine. Ultra rares will probably do good too. There's a new buy now button below here. So Chasing Sundays, I'll go over again real quick. 15 seconds, 13 seconds. I think it's right below the heart and the comment, and right above the text. So that little white space right there is where I think it's going to pop up. Let's see. 2, 1, 0. By now. Yep. It would have popped up right there. I'm skipping this drop, guys. Skipping this one. Hodling my gems right now. Meyer Stone, good luck, good luck. I want to see a lot of secret rares today, guys. Good luck, fam. I clicked both. You might as well. I want to see if it... Wow, okay, so it's still up. I didn't think it would sell out immediately. Let me see how many people get. People are going to be going hard on this one, I think. Shooter, good luck today. Hopefully you get that secret rare. Let me try it again. So it's still up. Zachary Roy, just seen your comment, brother. I didn't even go for one today, Zach, to be honest. I only just, I'm just trying to keep my gems right now. It's only $13 though, so it's if you go for one, I mean, you have a good chance to definitely make some money, I think, if you get a secret rare, ultra rare. And my thought process was, even if you get a common, I mean, how much lower than $13 can it really go, right? Like maybe 7. I doubt it goes less than 5, but we'll see what happens. VeVe will do great because there's all the top intellectual property. Absolutely, Oscar. And not only that, I think the team that's running it is very important too. I think the combination of both, the people they have, like Alfred Khan, like nothing has changed from the internet till now, other than the fact that new things can now be talked about on the internet before they blow up. Enter NFTs. Excuse me. Absolutely, Simone. And one of the big differences is that we can actually have a way to prove ownership, prove authenticity online now. Because that was the thing that really set me back when I found my Pokemon cards. Shout out to Randy. Every time I think of Pokemon cards, I think of Randy Chavez. I know he's huge into Pokemon. But when I found my Pokemon cards, or when my mom found my Pokemon cards for me, I was kind of stuck. I had a couple thousand worth of Pokemon cards, and I was like, okay, I want to sell these. Realized that's going to take a year to grade and get back. And I was like, what? That did not seem right in my head. I felt like there had to be a quicker way to do this. It didn't seem right. And all the search history, I think, just led me finding a YouTube video because I was trying to figure out what NFTs were for the past like 6 months before that. February 2021, I was trying to figure out how NBA Top Shot really worked. I didn't really understand that. So the combination of NFTs, Pokemon led me to finding an Alfred Khan video talking about how he was, responsible for Pokemon, how he was on this new app called VeVe, and the blockchain basically is a digital way to prove ownership and authenticity. And I was blown away at this back in March of 2021. Still up there, so it didn't sell out right away. Oh, now it looks like it's sold out though. The sold out. That was strange. I could have got maybe the last one. Wow, and I exited out. What? I went buy now. It came up. I exited out, and it said sold out. Oh, like, wow. I feel like I might have just been able to get the very last one. Anybody get any secret rares? Let me go back up to this. Morning Shooter. Common Gang for Getsy. I like the X-Men one. Honestly, that's one of my favorite ones. Let's go. Shout out to Milo. Diane C. Got Lady Deadpool. 4 digits, though. Wow, let's go. Miss Rosa, 255. That's what I'm talking about. Huge. Got the uncommon, too. Which one's the uncommon again? Is this the X-Men? It is the X-Men. Let's go. That's my favorite looking one, I think, with the costume on it. BDK got 4 of them. Wow, Neutronic 558 secret rare. I knew somebody had to get it. Let's go. No way. December got 2 commons. Oh man. Did you at least get a Lady Deadpool too to mix it up, or did you get the same ones, both of them? 707. That's a good one right there. I think anytime you get one of those special kind of mints, I think it's definitely a little bit more valuable. Congestion seems to be coming back. It's always, I don't know how it hits me like later on in the stream. Wow, see, Ian Devine, that's crazy. He says he has sports cards at PSA for over a year now. That blows my mind. And I think because of that, VeVe will literally change the whole collecting industry because of this. When you save people time, it's like saving people gold. You know, people value their time so much. Think of fast food, right? Why are fast food places still in business? We all know that it's not healthy, right? It's because it's convenient. In today's world, everybody's living such a fast-paced life. When you save people time, you're saving people a lot of you're saving people a significant something that's very significant and valuable to everybody. Everybody values their time. And so when you save people time, like what the blockchain's doing with PSA, it's game changing. Oh man, shooter, who's my pick? Whew! You guys saw my guy Tiger, man. Tiger didn't make it. Tiger kind of struggled a little bit. Austin got 2 of them. I don't know. There's a few people that are playing pretty well. Zalatoris is crushing it right now. I'd be surprised if one of the vets didn't come back and kind of finishes it off today. But we'll see. I want to check out the standings right now, actually, in this little off-topic VeVe action right here now until we get the PGA license. I do think we'll get it one day. I'll tell you what, the new guy, Pereira, he's been crushing it all week. Just been playing great golf. Oh, man. He's up there, -9, huh? He might just run away with it. Actually, I don't see one of the veteran guys like Bubba Watson coming back from 2 under today. Justin Thomas is at 2 under. If anyone comes back, I would see maybe Justin Thomas, but I don't know. It would take a big collapse from the young guys Zalatoris and Pereira. Pretty tough course, though, so anything can happen. Depends on the wind. I'm not sure how the wind is today, but Tiger didn't finish it. I was pretty upset, but I'm just glad to see Tiger play. Unbelievable. Common Willie. Oh my gosh. When we get PGA players, Zach, I'm gonna lose my mind. Yeah, Willie Zalatoris, he'd probably be a common newer guy, but yeah, he's playing extremely well. And he always plays really well in majors too. Anyone want to trade? The only times I have one drops, I have common random mints. Right? The only time December gets it ends up being a common. So we need the VeVe gods to bless December on the next drop. Five commons. 1 secret rare, though. That's all you need, Ken. So, JD, when are you going to bust the bar on live stream? You want me to freestyle on the lives? Come on now. I haven't been freestyling. I got to get back into making music, too. I always go through phases. Like I go through a competitive phase, then a creative phase. And right now I'm still in a competitive mode. Like I haven't been able to create. Also, I feel like I've just been too plugged in. I haven't taken the time to kind of unplug and really get into my creative bag. But that's definitely got to come out soon. There's a couple beats that I found that I really kind of sparked the interest back again, like sparked the creativity juices. But then I got to playing golf again and my competitive juices just came back in. I think it's a combination of both, to be honest. I think Tiger's still hungry. Looks like no more rebounds. Interesting, Austin. Okay. Does the market not close anymore? So the market's been open the whole time? I guess they've been whatever they worked on the other day. Oh, the market's closed. Interesting. They tested it out for them one day, but now it's not working again. All right, guys, it's time to go back to the GaryVee video. Did anybody get 2 secret rares or anything crazy? We stopped the GaryVee video at the best part, like the part that we waited for. Let's go, Shaw, go. Got 3 of them. DG Vet said you're undercover. I see you. Undercover what? Undercover freestyler? I only freestyle in the car. It's actually how I've made a lot of my songs, to be honest. A lot of my songs that I made came from just kind of freestyle in the car and coming up with things. I was like, you know what? Kind of like that. Go back in, start making some songs out of it. But let me dive into this one right here, GaryVee video. We're not going to watch the whole rest of the video because it's takes some time. Probably only going to watch up until maybe another 5 to 10 minutes longer.
It's too good to be true. And when you're that person, you're lacking patience, you have insecurity, you're looking for something to fill a void, and you're grasping at straws and you get caught, and that sucks.
I think we saw a lot of that happen with a lot of these OpenSea projects, unfortunately. Because that's the thing, when it's liquidable, I mean, the thing about VeVe is it's not liquidable right now. So people know that they have to hold on to it, right? Or at least, have the gems for it. But with OpenSea, a lot of people started to gamble, FOMO in on projects left and right, kind of gamble and hope one just booms, right? Because then you could sell it, make a profit, and cash out right away. That's unfortunately not really the healthiest market in that case.
If Disney drops NFTs for, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all this shit and the Star Wars characters and shit like that, if you see Disney and Nintendo and all these big companies who own all this amazing IP.
I just got to go back one more time. Just realize GaryVee knows that Disney's released NFTs of Donald Duck, Star Wars, Mickey Mouse. I don't think Adam 22 knows just yet.
And you're grasping at straws and you get caught, and that sucks.
If Disney drops NFTs for, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all this shit and the Star Wars characters and shit like that, if you see Disney and Nintendo and all these big companies who own all this amazing IP, if they drop all of their characters as NFTs, is that a good thing or a bad thing for VeeFriends?
It's not an if, it's a when. It's a non-event for VeeFriends. Meaning, to your point, I already know it's a when. I don't need Disney or Nintendo or Pokemon's validation. They've already been flirting with digital goods a lot to begin with, and most of all, the world's abundant. So even if they come in, they rightfully, deservingly, for what they've done for the last 50 years, will be monster market share. They should be. Like Donald Duck should be. And Pikachu should be. Zelda should be. Abundant. So even if they come in, they rightfully, deservingly, for what they've done for the last 50 years, will be monster market share. They should be. Like Donald Duck should be. And Pikachu should be. Zelda should be. And that'd be great, but that's not going to, it's kind of the way I think about the world. The reason I cheer for everyone is because nobody's winning is coming out of my winning.
Facts.
But
That's not how the world works.
But doesn't it make the VeeFriends seem a little less special? Like 10 years from now, do you think the most interesting thing about the VeeFriends is going to be that they were initially funded by NFT drop?
I think it will be, yes, I think similar, but
I actually do think it'll help the VeeFriends because I think it's just going to get, imagine when it becomes massively widespread adopted around the entire world and people realize you can get NFTs and they're just digital collectibles from your favorite brands in the world on the VeVe app. Once that starts to be a massively adopted thing, then people realize, oh, okay, well, this NFT VeeFriends is just a digital collectible from the VeeFriends brand. So if they believe in GaryVee, they'll probably see, I know GaryVee doesn't need that validation, but I think people in the world may need that validation to be more open-minded to his project. Like GaryVee doesn't need that validation. He already knows where he's going with his stuff, but
check this out. Yes and no. For example, I don't know if everybody here thinks the most interesting thing about Transformers and He-Man is that they started as cartoons after school. I think it's interesting because I'm a business nerd. I realized in the 80s, after school television created a bunch of big IPs. For me, it will be. To rescind my answer, probably not. If for business people that are being thoughtful, it will be. But, for me, again, if I do what I need to do, it's going to be irrelevant of anything else that's happening because people are going to give a fuck about Empathy Elephant or Patient Panda because I made them, not because of the timing or it was NFTs.
Right.
And I plan on doing that.
We don't care about Walt Disney, right?
Meaning?
I don't think the average person who likes Mickey Mouse or Star Wars or whatever, there's not much conversation about Walt Disney. I've heard he's a Nazi, didn't really even look into it, above my head. But I say that to say, if in 20 years the GaryVee factor seems like it's not that big a deal. That's a great thing for the IP, right?
By the way, that's my preference. I say a lot that I want to convert from being Mickey Mouse and Hulk Hogan to being Vince McMahon and Walt Disney. There's a lot of shit that I want to say to the world, but I recognize that GaryVee, I'm limited. There's a lot of people that fuck with me. There's a lot of people that will never fuck with me because I'm a single human being with a certain communication style, and I am who I am. My 275 characters, I can push fucking account. I'll give you an example. I think most of the people's
Adgate.
Monster spill? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty.
Let's go a couple minutes longer.
anxiety in this room and the world is because people don't want to be accountable. And when you're not accountable, you blame everybody else. So for me, I can say that 100,000 times, but the fact that I can make Accountable Ant into an extremely popular children's book series, and now 7-year-olds are like, accountability is cool. Like, I can fucking do what the fuck I want at it. And that's, I think about it that way.
Definitely. 100%. What would you say to people who've taken a real ass beating over the last week or so in the crypto market? What's your advice? Like, you know, should they still keep chasing these dreams, or for a lot of people, obviously they've been irresponsible?
You only lose when you sell.
Huge. Huge advice right there. You only lose when you sell. Because like you just said, NFTs are going to be here. It's not going away. It's just being, I think, a great word that he uses. The markets are getting cleansed right now.
Well, sometimes you lose when you don't sell too, right? All those Luna holders, KSI, and it's $3 million worth of Luna. It seems like you lost. You didn't sell.
To your point, you know, if you look at the entire marketplace, Luna and I'm undereducated on cryptocurrencies. I actually own only Bitcoin in currencies, and then I really understand NFTs because of the collectible shit. So I don't fuck with currencies. But my understanding from my currency friends is Luna had a value proposition that they promised that became exposed to not be true, and so 100% of the confidence went away. A lot of coins are out there that have declined. They didn't have the extremity of what happened with Luna. Again, I don't like to talk about shit I don't know, so that's my very far away headline reading hypothesis I heard from some friends. But for the rest of the crew that are getting smashed on their Solana, they bought for 200, now it's 50. Or Ethereum, you paid 4,000 and now it's 1,900. Or Bitcoin, you paid 60 and now it's 30. In that world, if you bought it because you believed in it, well, why would you sell it when others don't? And that to me is the punchline of this whole thing. You only lose on your convictions when you sell if you didn't actually have conviction and you were just fucking following for the...
That makes me think of the VeVe market right now, you know? A lot of similarities between that. You know, just to touch on that part right there. You know, if you believe in VeVe, if your conviction is still high in VeVe and Akomi, nothing has changed, right? Except for the overall market sentiments overall around the world. These are times where, not financial advice, my opinions only. But usually, the downtimes, the retracement periods, are the times where a lot of people make their money. Just from, you know, what I've seen happen. People don't make their money when they're chasing the high FOMO and everything's going up. That's usually when the people are selling and taking some profits, right? When things are going down, if you believe in the project, if you believe in the team that's running the project, that's usually the time to capitalize. Like you said, if your belief is there, why would you sell when others stop believing, right? Great video. I mean, I felt like they touched on a lot right there. Oh, it was a glitch. Rumor has it they want to keep it open at all times. Okay, so it looks like the market's supposed to stay open. Market's open already. All right, all right. GaryVee knows VeVe has all the dopest brands. Eventually, we're going to the moon. Let's go. Absolutely. I mean, I think GaryVee's, if he's not collected at least anything, I think he's got a few things. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that, but it's just my opinion. Let's see how these Deadpool are doing right now. Again, let me just double check real quick, see how many have been delivered. All right, so there's a lot still have to be delivered, so I'd be careful. There's 11,000 commons that still have to be delivered, so I'm interested to see how these open up. Lady Deadpool commons going for 10. Deadpool commons going for $9.99. Interesting. There's only like 100 listed. Zombie dead, or where's the uncommon here? Uncommon Deadpool's going for 15. Deadpool zombie rare's going for 27. That's a good sign. Ultra rare is going for 75, and the secret rare, where are you, duck? Deadpool the duck's going for 230. Let's go. Shout out to anyone who got the secret rare. Got a 457 Lady Deadpool BDK. Let's go. Order pending. How are you able to see your collectible sooner? Does anyone know? Oscar, unfortunately, I don't believe there is another way to see your collectible unless you waited and saw that green truck screen and you're able to see the mint number and the rarity. But other than that, I don't believe, unless you got yours delivered. Yeah, I think if you're at this screen and you see that red bar, this is one order pending, and you don't have a ribbon at the top right of any of these, it means that you don't have yours just yet. Let's go. Ian Devine, 1839, secret rare. Buy low, sell high. Got a 351 secret rare from Alan Lucker. Let's go. Alan Lucker bringing the luck. I'm interested, the commons are that low. If there's still a lot to be delivered, that tells me they could go lower, maybe. How much lower? I'm not sure. So the common has 11,331 to be delivered still. Secret rare has 1,694 to be delivered still. So maybe the secret rare could go down from 230. It's at 215. For everyone watching still, I'm going to give some basically the same advice I gave last live stream at the end, kind of to reward all the people still watching. One thing I do that really helps me grow my following, I have 4,484 followers right now. Appreciate every single one of you. It means a lot to me. Following on the VeVe app. I think you guys know by now that the more obvious things you can do, list some of your more popular collectibles for 9 million. Again, if you're going to do that, never use a decimal point. Just write out 9999999. If you use a decimal point, you can list it for 9.9, and that'll be $9.90. Never use a decimal point. Just write out 9999999 until you get to 9 million. Triple check it. That's one way you can get people to follow you. List stuff at a high price. It's easy to find in the marketplace. Another thing is, make a bunch of posts on the feed, treat it like Twitter, Instagram, post pictures, engage with people, like people's photos, tag people. But the main thing that I have done this entire time that's helped me tremendously, that I haven't really talked too much about, is I'm following every single person on the VeVe app that I possibly see. That's huge. If you guys on the web app and you guys see my profile, on the web app, it shows how many people you're following. On the mobile app, it just shows how many people are following you. I have 4,484 followers, but I'm following over 7,000 people. That's what most people don't realize. So what I do is I'll go to the latest drop. I go to all the drops in the market, whether that's, go to the brands, I always search by brands for some reason. Whatever, Batman. Let's go to Todd. Let's go up here. Click on here. It's private. Any public ones, I'm just going to go and hit. I'm already following them. But that's what I'll do. But most of the time, what helps even more, go to the latest drop. Because they're active. So they'll probably see it right away. Like for me, if you follow me, I may not see it because I'm following almost 8,000 people. I get notifications literally every second. But you can go to the latest drop because you'll see that they're active. I'll like their profile and follow them. Sometimes I just follow them. But most of the time I try liking and following. You're getting MCP points too by doing this. Just stuff like this people don't realize. You get up to 25 Master Collector Program points for free just by doing this. And you're building your followers without having to spam follow for follow. Most people spam and follow for follow, and I feel like that just kind of hurts your brand. You're going to be known, yeah, you're spamming, begging people to follow you. Like, that's one way to do it, but I feel like there's other ways to do it. I mean, it takes a while, especially when you're following so many people. Most of the people you've already followed. But you can just keep on doing that. And that's helped so many times because 50% of the people are going to follow you back. And that's just one thing that's helped me grow big time. Now, I'll touch on some reasons why I feel like growing your following in an app is so big too. One of the major reasons is because it's just like any other social media platform. Why do you think Instagram followers matter? Why do you think YouTube subscribers matter? Twitter followers matter, right? So some people, they don't matter. Some people, they do. I feel like in the future, as VeVe becomes more and more massively adopted, think of how valuable a blue check mark is on Instagram, right? I remember hopping on Instagram in 2011, 2012, I think. One of the first people. I didn't grind hard on the Instagram app like I probably should have. So I'm treating the VeVe app just like those times again. People are going to be able to get brand sponsorships. Imagine Coca-Cola giving out sponsorships because they see you have 5,000, 10,000 followers. You make content. You have the Coca-Cola NFTs. Now you get $100,000 a year sponsorship from Coca-Cola. This is how my mind has been working ever since March of 2021. When a lot of people stopped using the VeVe app, I kept grinding. So I feel like for those people that have been trying to grow their following, I'm just putting out this information. You don't have to follow it. It's just things that have worked for me that I feel like can help out a lot of other people out there. And not only just for like brand sponsorships or like that, I think that definitely will happen in the future with a lot of these brands, Disney, Marvel. Because if you also look, with that many followers, when you update your profile, I could go to Coca-Cola and say, look, I have almost 30,000 profile views. What if I have my Coca-Cola NFT, all of the Coca-Cola first edition NFTs on my profile, and you're getting 30,000 views? Just stuff like that. You may be able to, use as leverage to these brands. Also, think about when we can start having entry fees for showrooms, right? For all the showroom creators out there, big collectors. Say you have a new showroom you just made, right? And you're charging a $2 admission fee. Well, you can post that showroom, and now 5,000 people are going to possibly come in your showroom. What's 5,000 people times $2? Imagine you make a new showroom a day. Not saying every single person is going to come in there. Maybe you make the showroom one gem, right? 10,000 people come in your showroom. That's $10,000 that day. So these are just things that I've been thinking about, reasons why I've been growing the following. And so I feel like you can definitely help a lot of people out there, especially other content creators, other people that are growing their collections. Because at the end of the day, this is a collecting app. So I think VeVe will reward people. Instead of incentivizing big collectors to sell off their collection, what if you can make a passive income stream the rest of your life through your big collection? And Reese has confirmed that's going to be a possible thing in the future. So just some things out there. I felt like growing your VeVe brand is very important. Growing your brand in VeVe, I think, will be crucial. So just some things out there that I felt like could help some people. I think the zombie one is the best looking. I kind of thought so too. I was torn between. I like that. I know Omi Queen was asking me. Shout out to the Omi Queen. She was asking me in the YouTube comments early on, I think yesterday or the day before, which one I was liking the best. I was thinking maybe the X-Men outfit, but I thought maybe the zombie looked the best. And then I was hoping for the secret rare. So they decided BDK on the, I think Foster had access to the showrooms, or he was able to go on the showrooms on the web app, but they did decide to take the showroom ability off for now until they're able to like optimize it, I guess. So I think basically anyone who has a web app who goes on the showrooms, like you can't use the showrooms right now. Thanks for all the tips, Big Johnny. You're the man. Appreciate you, Oscar, big time. Hopefully it helps. Let's go. VeVe3 in the building. Shout out to Corey and Heather. Heather and I both got hour 2, just waiting for the reveal. Let's go. Good luck, guys. Played your video again. I love the content you guys make. So always love playing it before the drops. Gets me hyped. Gets me kind of excited. Some background information is crucial. So keep doing what you guys are doing. You guys are going to be big time. I agree with you 100% on the sponsorship potential, big picture thinking. Yeah, absolutely. VeVe NFT, you guys imagine getting sponsorship deals just through your YouTube videos, just through the branding and VeVe. I mean, some of those tips I feel like could definitely help you guys out big time. It's a struggle. I know it's kind of tedious. I know it's annoying, but it doesn't mean you have to spend hours doing it. But you know, whenever you have a little bit of downtime, 10 minutes, just go into the market, go into the feed, just follow a bunch of people. Treat the feed like Twitter too. You know, post some tweets on the VeVe app, essentially, pictures. All those algorithms definitely kind of helps grow your following too. December, appreciate you big time for hopping in today. Unfortunately, you got two comments today, but keep at it. I'm going to be praying for you. The VeVe God's going to be blessing you soon. Shout out to Vivian3. Thanks for all the awesome content. Yeah, shout out to you guys. I am going to be wrapping it up a little earlier than usual today. I'm going to be taking my grandmom to the mechanic. I don't know if it's an actual mechanic, but I got to drive her. I think it's a mechanic. Got to drive her to get her car. I think around noon. Shout out to grandma. Which one are you going for, Johnny? So I didn't have any of these, to be honest. I didn't go for the drop today, Oscar. Decided to pass on the drop just because I felt like the common, the uncommon, and the rare had a chance to be around retail. And the only ones that really would be highly valuable would be that secret rare, ultra rare. And I don't have a ton of gems right now, so I got to be kind of disciplined. The good thing about this is, though, it's only 13 gems, so I was about to go for it because it is so cheap. I felt like if it does go under retail, how much further can it go? Maybe $7, $5, I feel like at the lowest. But let me go over these prices one more time. I would say just be careful anyone purchasing them in the market right now, because I think a lot have to be delivered still. And one way, if you're trying to figure out how am I finding out how many to be delivered still, you can go to the store tab, click on the drop that just happened, scroll all the way down to whichever one you want to look at. Let's just go for the secret rare. Scroll all the way down once you're on it. And now when you're looking at the details of the secret rare, focus up for me. There it is. It'll show additions. It'll say 1,555 or however many number it is when you look, out of 1983 remaining. So that says right here 1,555 secret rares still have to be delivered. So when that happens, that's why usually the prices start out high in the market and then work its way down until they're all delivered. So we're going to go over the prices right now. The secret rare is going for 140. You guys saw a dip from 230, what it started out as. Probably even started out even higher than 230. Ultra rare is at 55. The rare is at 18. The uncommon's at $13.99. Common Deadpool's at 11, and common Lady Deadpool is at 8. A lot of MCP points for this one, though. Secret or ultra rare? Ultra rare is 49. Secret rare is 135. Me personally, I like the Deadpool, the Duck, a little bit better. But for how cheap the ultra rare is, 55, I don't know. I would maybe wait a little bit. Secret rare may even go down a little bit more because there's still 1,500 to be delivered. But it's tough to tell, you know. 1,542 remaining for the secret rare. Secret rare is at 140 right now. I don't think the secret rare will dip below 100. Praying for you, Super Simono. So I've definitely got 2 comments. Praying for the third to be a secret rare. Shout out to Vivian3. Again, Heather and Corey, if you guys are still listening, keep making the content. I know the community loves watching all the stuff that you guys post. I know for me, I love watching it too. Gets us hyped for the drop, gets us some information that a lot of us probably don't know or maybe missed. Listed a 432 rare for 50 gems. I feel like that's going to go real fast. Let me see if it's still there. Oh, the rares is only at 18 right now. Maybe it won't go that fast. 432 though, pretty low. V Curry, let me shoot you a follow. I'm gonna look for this one listed at 50 gems and shoot you a follow. Did it get bought? I think it probably got bought already, right? V Curry? I don't see it. One thing too, if you ever have, like, if you're not sure where to list your mint number, because I know that can be kind of hard to do. People always ask, what should I sell this mint number for, etc. And one thing I like to do is say, let's go to the rare zombie one, right? You can search, go tap that button, right, for the filter to come up. And you can now search or sort the marketplace by the edition number, lowest one first. And this way, you can see what the mints are being sold for. Let's see if it zooms up for me. So let's see here. If you had mint number, say mint number 60, right? If you're looking at the market with me, we see number 52 mint selling for 700, number 71 mint selling for $444. So mint number 88 selling for 350. So you can kind of see where your mint would fit in and kind of see what you should price it for based on what the other ones are. Now, that is if you want to get a quick kind of sell, you can kind of base it off of that. But again, typically those lower mints will gain value in the future the longer you hold. Not financial advice, but sometimes you do just want a quick flip. So it's always important to kind of search in the filter or search in the market, sort it by the lowest price first, instead of just randomly going saying, this is mint number 200, let me list it for this random price, right? You can kind of see where yours will fit in. Oh, I see Space Ben's 369. Let me give you a follow, Space Ben. And that's another reason why I just give you a follow. That's another way for people to follow you. Kind of just let people know what you priced it for. I don't think that was the reason why you priced it right there, because you have it listed for 100. But say you have a collectible that you want people, maybe your friends from your hometown, to follow you on the VeVe app. And they'll probably say, well, we can't search for you. So you can leave comments. That's another thing I want to talk about too. I kind of forgot to mention this one. Is you can leave comments in the collectibles and say, go find my comment and click on my profile that way. It's a little bit more tedious, a little bit more of a hassle. So the easiest way I feel like is, say you got the new Deadpool zombie, right? I listed for 9 million in the VeVe app. So go in the market, sort the market by the highest price first, find your buddy who listed at 9 mil, and then boom. That's why you'll usually see the more popular collectibles. I usually have mine listed at 9 million. Like my Spider-Man Secret Rare. I think I have my Floating Toby maybe listed. Like just the more popular ones I have listed at 9 mil. But now with the web app, and people are able to put in unlimited gems essentially. I've delisted a couple just because I don't want some whale to come in. I mean, it would be like the best worst case scenario. I mean, if something sold for 9 million, it'd be kind of upset because I don't have it anymore, but at least 9 million, you can make a pretty decent come up. So, but let's go. We're here for the long haul. Want to be the video wiki of drops long term. Got to get relocated so we can achieve our final form. Let's go. I mean, you guys are going to crush it. I definitely see that happening. Amazing idea, vision for it. I love it too. VeVe 3, keep putting out that amazing content. We're all so grateful for you. Hope that's a lot of motivation right there for you, Heather and Corey, because you guys have been killing it. With all that said, guys, I am signing out today. I will be posting probably a snippet video. I wanted to talk about, ways to follow you on the VeVe app in a separate video, but I think I want to get more in a habit of making like snippets of these longer live streams and just posting the clips of them, basically. Kind of like how a lot of big YouTube channels has like their main page and then the clips channel. Because I know there's a lot of people that love the longer content, but then there's a lot of people that hate the longer content at the same time, and vice versa. Me, I love making the longer content, but this way it kind of gives me the ability to kind of switch it up, do a little bit of both, make snippets of it. So I will probably be making some snippet videos of this one. Can't wait to see what comes out next weekend. I thought this weekend would be some kind of huge drop because we started off season 4 with those 2 comics. And then this weekend we had the Deadpool drop that just happened, the Marvel Mighties. So we're gearing up. May 25th is right around the corner. And I know there's been a lot of, predictions, assumptions, May 25th, especially with the edition count of that ultra rare comic. But I think even Alex said that was fake news. But with that being said, Alex has trolled us before, so we don't know. That could be another troll. Absolutely. Say hi to Grandma from your VeVe fam. Definitely will. She might even be tuning into the video right now. Shout out to Grandma. But VeVe 3, appreciate you guys big time. With all that being said, I will be signing out today. Appreciate you guys big time for tuning in. Shout out to everyone who got the secret rare, ultra rare, whatever, low mint collectible you got today. I think a lot of people were able to get the drop, so that's good. I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.